School is supposed to be a safe place for everyone, but unfortunately for too many of us, that is not the case. Hi, I'm Jamie from Dear Laura, and in this movie we see the repercussions of high school bullying and how even when people reach out for help, schools don't necessarily do all that they can to help stop the bullying.
And bullying should be a crime.
I like what Jerry said, actually. I think what Jerry said is spot on. I mean, the parents have got to be held accountable. You know, and if it's a bad household, I mean, that's a whole other thing. I mean, the kid just needs to learn. And it's usually, please correct me if I'm wrong here, it's usually an insecurity in the bully. There's some insecurity inside that person, and there's no father figure or just there's no one correcting them and showing them the right way.
Yeah.
And look, that's really awesome. And the thing is, like, we actually only interviewed a girl last night from Melbourne, Jamie. She's a young actress, and she's in this film that another young girl we've interviewed, Rhiannon, is making about a friend of hers, Lauren. I think it's Laura, isn't it, Doug?
Laura, yeah.
Yeah. And Laura sadly took her own life at 13 due to bullying. And, you know, she sought help. It wasn't available because not through anyone's fault, just miseducation. They didn't think it was important, and all kids go through bullying, you'll be okay. Well, she wasn't, and, you know, she took her own life. And another friend of ours, Carlos, I think his daughter was 14 or 15. She did the same. She took her own life because of bullying. And, you know, the thing is, it's like, because it's one of those things that it never really is brought to the attention until, I don't even know if it makes the newspapers anymore, you know, like it might somewhere, but we're not, people go about their busy life. They're dealing with COVID, they're dealing with this, and we get it, I understand. But these things really need to be brought to the attention because they are serious. You talk to the families that have lost children who've committed suicide because of bullying and listen to them go through their heartache, and it's just horrible, you know. And this young girl, Jamie, is playing the character of Laura. Rhiannon, the writer-director. It's only an indie film, but very powerful story. And they're using fact. It's all fact. There's no fiction in this. They're using the real-life story of what happened to this young girl. And it's just sad, mate. You know, like we've interviewed a lot of people on here who CEOs of mental health and suicide organizations. And, you know, a lot of the suicides are from bullying and other issues with mental health. But yeah, so good on you for you know, being part of that. And what we will do is definitely push it out as much as we possibly can. Doug will do that. Doug will give you an example of where he got bullied in a gym about a month ago. Like Doug, as you know, he's gone from 300 plus pounds down to 195. He's fit, he's training, he's riding his bike every day, hiking, getting out of bed early, doing his job. Aren't you, Doug?
Yeah, I'm doing all those things. And, you know, for a long time, I had a dream to have good health and fitness, and I had a hard time getting my dream off the ground. For example, I tried joining sports in the swimming team and back when I was growing up, and due to circumstances that was really no one's fault, none of the sports worked out for me. And finally, a year ago, I got my health dream going and lost all that weight that you and I know about. And very recently, when I went to the gym, I was bullied by a former schoolmate that remembered who I was, but tried to mock me for my weight. And I took the step of being the bigger person and killing him with kindness. And that's something that I used to not do very often beforehand, you know, but it worked.
I think that's a tool that society has lost. The tool of being nice and kind. I think it's a tool that majority of society have lost that ability. It's all about being dominant and being aggressive and being the alpha in anything within the community. I think that's where we've headed, and it's quite sad. It's really quite sad.
Yeah, so it felt good,
totally
though.
agree.
Yeah, it's, it is sad, but I got to tell you, though, it does feel good to have health and fitness. That's the life that rocks. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I do. I've done exactly the same thing over the last, be about the same sort of time, probably 18 months to 2 years. I've lost 30 kilograms, and I think that equates to about 75 pounds, I think it is. I've been playing different disability sports. I was in a similar situation to yourself. Due to my physical disability, I was excluded from mainstream sports, and in the last 3 years I've come across a number of disability sports, and it's changed my life. I'm mixing now with people who have similar interests. They have similar backgrounds in their life, and it's just fantastic.
I recently became a cast member for a production. We were asked to come in and introduce ourselves to all the other cast members and to the crew. While we were there, we were asked to introduce ourselves. When it was my turn, I told them my name, and I explained that it was Sorry Day and that my story's in the National Museum of Australia and that I am part of the Stolen Generations. Another cast member in earshot introduced themselves and said loud enough, blonde hair, blue eye babies get more money than half-caste babies. I turned around and said, my lord, where do you people come from? Isn't it about time that you get some love into your soul and spread that evil stuff? They turned around and said to me, I'm really looking forward to the fight scene with you. And my reply was, remember, I always win. The director and producer withdrew that cast member from the production